Echo 5, do you copy? Echo 5.
Echo 2, good morning. Nice of you to drop by.
Feeling alright, sir? Thought we lost you.
Right now, I feel like I can take on this whole podcast myself.
I know what you mean. Ready to send that transmission to Echo Base?
Yes, sir. R10, patch through.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Hoth Transmissions. Tonight we are going to discuss news that's been jumping around. One of the biggest ones, like I was super excited for the eclipse. Once they announced it, I was like super excited. Now it's getting pushed back to 2027.
Yes, dude. Eclipse was postponed to 2027. How crazy is that? You announce a game. What are we? 6 year or 5 years in advance. I've never heard of that before.
I mean, technically it wasn't 5 years in advance, but you know what else?
What do you mean?
Well, because it was originally supposed to be, they're supposed to be working on it now, and it's supposed to probably be released next year, 2023.
Oh, so what's up? Why are they postponing it then?
I think they're having some disagreements. I think one of the guys on the team, I think he backed off.
Okay, see that's why actually we're gonna be talking about Kenobi tonight. That's what happened with Kenobi.
That is actually what happened with Kenobi. I mean, we see a lot of that with a lot of the Star Wars films.
Yes.
I mean, we're supposed to have 3 spin-off films, and that never happened because of the whole. I think because Solo bombed, or Last Jedi bombed, so Solo bombed, and so then they got like really, I guess, concerned about it.
Yeah. Well, good news is sometimes it doesn't end up good. And sometimes the project will end up worse than it was before, but sometimes it ends up better. Like Rogue One was one of those movies that was postponed. You know, they switched directors halfway through filming that. And I love Rogue One. You'll see once we get to ranking our content. I think Rogue One turned out great.
I think I can see it now. I can see how much you love it.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
The enthusiasm. You're talking about. I can already tell you like it.
Well, just wait till you see it compared next to some of the other content we have on here. Oh, and
absolutely.
Actually, I'll get to that later. But yeah. So hopefully it ends up the game ends up still good. That's all that really matters.
I mean, I'd rather them take their time because from what I've mostly heard, it's a lot of just a lot of like talent issues. And I was really excited for Quantic Dream to run it just because I think they're the ones that did Become Human. And so I was kind of excited for that style, but I mean, I guess they're just batting heads, and so I'd rather than just take time and get the proper people on it.
Well, Skywalker Saga, the Lego game that's coming out, that's supposed to come out in 2020, and that's all the way in 2022. But I will say though, I will say now, and by the way, Skywalker Saga looks freaking amazing. There's so much content in that game.
I'm just upset that there's no multiplayer thing. That's so lame.
I know. Okay, that's true.
Unless you're on the same console, but there's no internet multiplayer.
Yeah, no. There's not even co-op. There's no multiplayer whatsoever. But for Eclipse, 5 years is drastic though. I've actually never heard of that. I've heard projects getting delayed by 1-2 years maybe, but 5 years is crazy. We got 5 years till this game comes out.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I'm excited for it. But we have the Skywalker Saga to entertain us, and then Fallen Order 2, I believe, is going to be coming out this year. Hopefully, we'll get
Kenobi after Skywalker Saga. So.
No, I'm talking about game.
You're talking about video games.
Just game wise.
Gamers
out there. That's all.
Dude, I like
that's going to keep me busy.
I look at Skywalker Saga as just a way to keep me busy. Let's say feed my like Star Wars appetite until Kenobi comes out.
True that. Star Wars Celebration. That'll be like my final. That'll be my final thing. So anybody going to Celebration, hit us up because we'll be there. Well, I'll be there. I don't know about this Chunga, but I'll be there.
Dude, I'd have to wear my costume, the same costume though, 3 days in a row. I only have one Star Wars costume.
So do it, bro.
That's okay. That's acceptable at Star Wars Celebration.
Oh yeah, there's tons of people that just have one cosplay and just wear it the whole time.
Let's go. And it is a fire costume though. It's an over $100 costume, so it's pretty nice.
Yeah, no, I was thinking of doing my Kylo Ren and then maybe my Shadow Trooper. I'm not sure I want to wear it. I might have somebody else wear it. And then they could walk with me while I'm Kylo. And then I'll definitely do Luke and have my Grogu. I'm thinking of getting a little backpack to toss him in, kind of similar to what he did in the Book of Boba.
Nice. I'm gonna get an Ewok costume. I'm gonna go as an Ewok.
You're gonna be a mighty tall Ewok.
I'm just kidding. I might as well go as a Wookiee, huh?
They're like what, 6 foot?
Yeah. I don't know, around that. Yeah. I'm like 6'5". I'm like 6'5" on a good day. I'm just kidding.
Okay, yeah. Definitely not a Wookiee.
Not a Wookiee or not an Ewok?
No. I was being sarcastic.
Oh, okay. Dude, what is going on?
But yeah, I mean, you did mention like Kenobi, so I mean that's all we got for like the gaming news.
Yes.
Skywalker Saga is going to be coming out in just a few weeks. I'm actually stoked for that. I'll probably do some recordings on that. I might jump on Twitch and do some screen sharing or whatever, or I'll do some gameplay videos or something, and I'll post it to the hotspot.
We were planning we were planning on co-oping that, but now we know there's not even multiplayer co-op, so I guess we won't be able to do that.
Yeah, no, I'm still upset about that. I don't know what. Hopefully, it's gonna be something they'll add down the line. If you figured the extra couple of years they would have added it in, they had plenty of time to do it.
Yeah, 100%.
But I mean, we'll see.
Oh, let's jump into Kenobi, bro. Let's talk about Kenobi.
Who's Kenobi?
Who's Kenobi?
Who's Kenobi?
Who's Kenobi?
I'm just kidding. Yeah,
I was like, awesome.
So yeah, I think it was. No, it wasn't you. One of my buddies, one of our artists for the site. He texted me and I saw the picture of it. And he was like, "So Star Wars is back on?" I was like, "Whoa, what is this?" And so I looked at it. And I was like, "Oh man, these are still from the Kenobi." And I was like, getting super pumped. And so I immediately jumped on. I posted on my other buddy, Echo 5. He texted me. He's like, "Dude, I was just about to post that." And then I was like, "Dude, I'm expecting a trailer soon." And then not more than an hour later, bam, teaser dropped.
Dude,
and oh my.
Yes. Yeah, I've been showing. There's been like fan-made trailers, and I've been showing people fan-made trailers to get them hyped for Kenobi. But now
you know what's actually funny?
Yeah,
so there's this girl I work with. She's one of my close friends. We always joke around like she's like my work wife, whatever. And so she works in our food court. She ran out there. She's like, Mark, you gotta see this. And this was like weeks ago. She's like, have you seen the Kenobi trailer? I'm like, I open up an Instagram and I start scrolling through. I don't see anything on it. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, the internet should be exploding right now. And she goes, no. The guy in pharmacy, he showed me it. And so I walk over to the pharmacy and he's like, oh yeah, I got the trailer. It's just Google this, blah, blah, blah. And I looked at the trailer and I was like, yeah, I've seen that one before. That's a fan made one. He's like, oh, really? I was like, yeah. And so I ended up, as soon as this trailer dropped, I texted her. I'm like, this is the real one. And
yeah, hey.
she started freaking out. Like she was all caps responding to me. And it was the funniest thing.
Dude, I honestly I don't blame her. Some of this fan made stuff is getting really good. Really good.
It is, but I mean, I've seen some.
That is funny though. That's a funny story.
It is like I've seen so many fan films. I've worked in the industry a lot, so I can really like I can pinpoint stuff that are fake, especially if it's like not going to make headlines. Something like that would have hit headlines. So if you don't see a fan film in the headlines, you know it's a fan film. That's like one of the biggest things. Because as soon as I went onto Instagram and I saw nothing about the Kenobi trailer and she was freaking out about it, I was like, "Yeah, I'm sorry to kill your excitement." Because she was like, "Yeah, Luke was in there, Kenobi was playing with him or something, blah blah blah." She's like, "I was tearing up so bad." I was like, "I am so sorry, but
that's common sense though. That's common sense. Like that's
well, she's new into the Star Wars world though. She
No,
just
no,
got
but
into it, I think, a year or two ago.
I'm saying like if I like for example, when the real Kenobi trailer came out, what was it, like a week ago now, a few days ago.
Yeah.
There were right after, we're talking about just on YouTube, like I might even say hundreds. There was a lot of YouTube videos just covering the trailer. Like you'll
Oh,
see
yeah.
it. You will see it in the news if something of Star Wars officially drops. Like you were
Especially
saying,
something like Kenobi. Kenobi's like such a huge thing.
it's so important. That's what I keep saying to people. Like it is so important to like the Star Wars universe. Halfway between episodes 3 and 4, I just really hope they get it right.
I'm really hoping to. And what is it, like 6 or 7 episodes? I'm a little bit worried about it just because they have to be really long episodes.
Well, it's confirmed. Each episode is an hour, or at least that's what I've been hearing nonstop. Right?
Okay, I'll have to do some research on that, and then I'll find out about that because every episode has to be at least an hour.
No, yeah, no. Dude, hey, I've been
Because
hearing that.
the
Oh, sorry, go.
no, I was gonna say because they're throwing in the Inquisitors. There's what 3 or 4 Inquisitors, so they got the Inquisitor storyline in there. You got Kenobi's storyline, and then of course you got Vader in there.
Yeah, no, it's a 6-episode series, and each episode is supposed to be an hour. And so the way I'm looking at it is like we got a 6-hour Kenobi movie basically on our
Basically,
hands. So
basically Kenobi trilogy.
as long as each episode, hey, two trilogies. Oh no, you're right, because each movie would be like 2 hours. You're right. But yeah, as long as I think it should be an hour. Each episode needs to be an hour.
Our minimum.
Yeah, when the Boba Fett episodes were floating around like half hour, maybe they were like 35 or 40. I was like, it left you wanting more, didn't it?
I mean, yes and no.
No, because Boba Fett was a little underwhelming, huh?
It was very underwhelming.
Yeah, no, I feel that.
No, I just whelmed. I was just whelmed with the show.
Yeah. Hey, but let's get into. You want to get into the trailer specifically?
Yeah, let's jump into the trailer and kind of talk about like the things that kind of stuck out to us, kind of what got us super excited for it. And I'm just gonna start off the bat when Duel of the Fates started playing. That's when nostalgia just kicked in, and I think that's similar to a lot of fans. I think that's what a lot of fans were talking about. Everybody I talked to, they're like, and then that song played, and I
That
was
song
like,
played.
yeah, I was like, you mean Duel of the Fates? They're like, yeah. A lot of them were like, oh yeah, that's the one when Anakin and Obi-Wan fight. I was like, no. That's Duel of the Fates. That's Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon and Darth Maul.
Well,
But love the spirit.
The funny thing is, Duel of the Fates was that was at the start of the trailer for sure, but really the meat of the trailer was Battle of Heroes. It was Obi-Wan versus Anakin. That theme from Revenge of the Sith. They had about
Yeah.
three or four songs from the prequels that were constant during the trailer, which was cool because I'm a big prequel fan, so I liked it a lot.
I mean, I think when it comes to soundtracks, I think the prequels had a better soundtrack than any of the other ones.
And you know what? Every Star Wars fan should be able to agree. I mean, it's still John Williams, and John Williams is going to make great music. And like you're saying, the prequels has the best music. It's better music than the original trilogy. It's better than the sequels. I think the prequels has the best music in Star Wars.
But the best score, in my opinion, of all of Star Wars is Binary Sunset.
The best score, like the best song. Hey,
yeah, well, I mean, they're not really songs. It's just they're considered like scores. Or
I might not disagree with you on that. Yeah, Binary Sunset's amazing.
Because every time I hear that one just gives me like a sense of courage, like a sense of adventure. Because it just reminds me of that scene with the twin sons and Luke.
Oh yeah,
like,
no, I mean that's one of the most iconic scenes in Star Wars.
But if we're gonna go for like a full soundtrack, prequels, they just had it.
Oh yeah.
Not saying any of the other stuff is bad, but like if you're gonna talk about like stuff that like stood out and stuff that I would continue to listen to, definitely prequels.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. I will say though, the trailer as a whole, I mean, this is like we're talking about 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10. They did a great job with this trailer. I mean, it's better than because I've seen a lot of like we were talking about. I've seen a lot of solid fan made trailers, but this blows everything out of the water. This got me so excited. This is a 10 out of 10 trailer.
Yeah, I mean, could you look at the filming quality? A lot of the shots in it. It looks movie quality. It doesn't look like anything you'd see in Mandalorian or Book of Boba.
Right. Mandalorian maybe, but not Book of Boba.
Not to the degree of Kenobi. Like you can tell that they had a high budget for it. Like they did not hold back on.
Fair point. Yeah.
On the shots, because everything just looks super crisp. Everything looks fluid. I don't know, just the way it's shot, you can just tell it's quality.
Yeah.
Not saying, like you said, but like the Mandalorian and Boba Fett, they definitely had quality, but not to this degree.
Well, no. Well, again, that's the difference between Mandalorian. I feel like Mandalorian has some episodes that are movie quality, but Boba Fett was just lacking. It felt like a TV show, which it was, but it really did feel like a TV show.
I was about to say, like, it was a TV show, but yeah.
Yeah, but no, the Kenobi trailer was amazing. It was like everything I could hope for, but I do have
the narration was good.
Narration was good, yeah. I do have a couple of concerns and just a couple things where I'm like, I wish they would have done this or I wish they would have done that. But like overall, this thing was great. I thought it was great.
So yeah, the overall quality just seems like it's gonna be good. But some of the stuff I'm super excited for is one, just to see Kenobi again. Like, honestly.
Specifically, Ewan McGregor. Such a great actor. He has so many. He's had such a great career, and I'm just like. Also, this is going off on a little tangent, but I realized the person that plays young Owen Lars, he's also had a great career since the prequels.
That's true, yeah, and he's the same one that played the prequel Owen. For anybody listening that didn't catch that.
Yeah,
and it seems like he's gonna have a big role in this too. Like you see him go against one of the Inquisitors. Well, not go against him, but he's like standing by an Inquisitor getting questioned. And I'm wondering if he's.
What is that guy eating and drinking? And what's his like? It's been 20 years since he was in the prequels, right? He looks exactly the same. He looks exactly the same in the trailer. He doesn't look any different.
You know what? Now that you mention it, you're right. It has been 20 freaking years.
Yeah, I mean, he had his big part in Attack of the Clones, which is 2002. So that's 20 years, and he does not look. Maybe he looks a year older. It's just insane. It's crazy.
Yeah. I'm excited to see the Inquisitors.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are thinking that the one that we see the most on screen is, I think, Trilla from Fallen Order.
Trilla's not in the trailer.
Oh well, some people are speculating. I kind of like.
Wait! Trilla died. By the way, this is 10 years after.
No, this is 5 years out. This is 5 years after.
10 years.
5
by
years.
the way,
oh
no,
yeah.
It's 10 years. I know for a fact.
Okay.
But feel free to double check. Anybody listening, double check. Fallen Order is 5 years after Revenge of the Sith. This is 10 years after. This is on like the official Disney page and stuff. They've confirmed it. And so Trilla's dead. She's not alive. Vader struck her down in cold blood. Cold blood, might I add.
I'm actually looking up right now. Her name is actually Reva. Meet Inquisitor Reva. And you're right, this is 10 years after Order 66.
Yeah, I would love to see Trilla though. Trilla was cool. Something else. This is just real quick. We don't have to spend any time on this, but my brother, I forced him to play Fallen Order. He played half of it. It took him like 5 days to get through half of it. He did the complete 50% of the game in one day. He was just fully invested. And the the character development in that game is it's crazy. And it's a reason why I think me and him both have it in our top 3 Star Wars games of all time. It's so good. It's so good.
Definitely Jedi Outcast at the top. The Dark Force series at the top. I understand.
No, dude, it's so like comparing the character development and story in Fallen Order to some of the movies we've got in Star Wars is just like it's better. It's just flat out better.
Yeah, did a better character development than they did with the Battlefront 2 storyline.
Oh, see.
Anyways, we're getting off track.
Yeah, okay, you're right. But you're right.
Let's finish Kenobi real quick, and then we'll jump into all that fun stuff later.
Can I talk about a little thing that a little concern I have with the show?
Megamind?
No, not Megamind. But we can talk
I mean
about
the
that.
Grand Inquisitor.
Hey, you know what? That wasn't a big concern when I watched it, but then after looking at people's comments and stuff and seeing, I don't know what species he was supposed to be, but the most jarring.
Utapau.
No, I know. Now I know. And the most jarring thing is that in 2005, they made him look the species. Obviously, it's not the same character. It's a different character, but the same species looks so realistic. He looks so good in 2005. And why is he? When my sister watched it, right, she said it looks like an actor dressed up in a costume, and that's exactly what you don't want. That's what you don't want, right?
I'm excited to see the Grand Inquisitor, but looking at how they did him, if I were to look at this trailer and I saw that, if I didn't know this was the official trailer and I was just watching it without any knowledge and I saw that, I'd be like, oh yeah, this is fan made.
Yeah, no, I see where you're coming from. One thing they could have added was in Revenge of the Sith, the same species. He has black contacts in, so he has all black eyes. Give him that. Give that. Add some things to make him look alien, make him look different than a human.
Because in Rebels, he had so many distinct features, and they just kind of didn't even toss it in this. Like I saw a meme that's like they didn't even really try, did they?
And you know what?
And
go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm excited to see the actor play it. I am a little disappointed that we don't get Jason Isaacs to do the voiceover again because he was phenomenal. He was a phenomenal Grand Inquisitor on Rebels.
Mm-hmm.
But I am excited to see this actor. So no disrespect to him, but I just think just the way that they designed the character for the live action is a little off.
I mean,
it's not gonna bug me though. I'm in it for the story.
No, it doesn't ruin the show or anything. I saw you, by the way. I saw you did a post about this on a hotspot, and I don't know who posted it, but I saw some comments that said Star Wars fans just love to complain, and they should just take. I saw somebody say they should just stop making Star Wars. The fans don't deserve it. Whatever. We're not saying that's going to ruin the show, but if something feels off, it feels off. Like I remember the first few episodes of Book of Boba Fett. Something about it felt like it was lacking a little bit, and we kept saying. And I kept telling my brother, just wait, wait till it's over, and then we'll see if it's really as good as Mandalorian. The show ended, and we were both just like, it was lacking. It just wasn't as good as Mandalorian. It wasn't great. It was okay. It was good. So that just kind of proves the point. Like if something feels off, it feels off. They could have done better.
I mean, it's true. I mean, we kind of do expect quality.
Yeah, 100%. Star Wars, like the biggest franchise in the world.
And Disney has the budget for it, so it shouldn't be holding back.
Yeah, are you kidding me? Mandalorian had a $10 million episode for per episode for Mandalorian.
Oh, really? I did not know that. That's insane.
That's how much they made A New Hope for. Obviously, that was back in the 70s, but again, Mandalorian's a TV show, man. That's a huge budget.
That's actually insane. I need to start looking at the budgets on a lot of this stuff.
Yeah. No, I love looking at this stuff. That stuff is just really interesting to me. But yeah, Mandalorian, $10 million an episode. Yeah, hopefully Kenobi has that same budget because obviously Mandalorian was great, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm expecting a lot out of Kenobi, minus some costume choices.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Because even the fifth brother looked a little off. But I mean, you look at his character in Rebels, and honestly, that's a little difficult to really kind of get exact on live action.
Fifth brother was the guy with the kind of samurai hat going on.
Yeah.
He looked all right to me. I didn't have any problems with him. He looked pretty cool.
No, definitely not.
Yeah. You don't think he looked cool, or you didn't have a problem?
I don't know. It's like when you have like an idea in your head, like especially like if you're so used to like a Rebels character or just a character in general, and then you've seen them do it on screen without making any mistakes, and then now they're doing it with mistakes, especially after it was pushed back. You got to figure that it's been a little bit more time on quality, but I mean, I'm just excited for the story. Like honestly, the only reason I think the only thing that people are really excited for is Kenobi versus Vader.
Yeah.
And Hayden's comments, oh my gosh, got me. It's got me excited. We're gonna see a very powerful Vader.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. How cool is that? Now this is like one of my concerns, and the funny thing is you called this like months ago. We did a podcast probably 2 months ago, and you were talking about this. You said, you have a fear of Kenobi series being a little bit of a fan service. And I almost got that sense a little bit from the trailer, because obviously did you read the Entertainment Weekly article?
I
The whole
didn't
thing?
know.
Well, they call it Kenobi 2.0 because they had Kenobi in the works all the way from 2019,
Right.
and they scrapped the whole thing. They scrapped the story. They scrapped everything. And in the trailer, we don't see much of Kenobi. That might be a little bit of a marketing strategy, but we see a lot of Inquisitors. We see a lot of stuff in space. But there's not a lot of Kenobi. I'm hoping that this series focuses on Kenobi, and is a real deep character character dive into what he's going through on Tatooine, and not so much fan service. We got Inquisitors, we got Vader, we got all this stuff confirmed, and I'm hoping they're not just trying to create spectacle, right? To have people buy to purchase a Disney Plus subscription. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, mind you, this is just a teaser though. This isn't like an actual trailer. This is just a
Yeah.
teaser.
No, that's
so
fair.
you're just getting clips and clips of like little things that they want us to see. Like we didn't even see Vader. We got a still of Vader, but we didn't get anything of him.
That's fair, and I
moving
like
around.
that. I like that.
I did
by
too.
the way.
I didn't want to.
Right.
I didn't want to still of Vader. I didn't want to see nothing until I saw the show. But
I think that's very smart of them to save that. But I'm just saying, I saw a lot of other stuff in the trailer. I'm hoping it focuses a lot on Kenobi, and I hope it's not too much fan service. You know what I'm saying?
All right. The three things that for me is gonna like make this super complete. I'm not gonna be disappointed if they're not in it because this is just my own like thoughts. Like if I was writing the show, this is what I would include. But if they do put it in, I'll be like super stoked. First one, we got to see Kenobi talking to our boy Qui-Gon. Liam Neeson's denied. Liam Neeson has denied being in it, but I'm pretty sure. I'm hoping he's going to be in it, and that they're not going to spoil that until we see the first episode or something.
First of all, that's okay because there's interviews of Ewan McGregor denying a Kenobi series.
True.
From about a year or two ago. But 100%, they need to have Qui-Gon in the series.
Number two that I think would be cool if they had it in there was Obi-Wan having flashbacks of the live-action Clone Wars battles with him and Anakin. Maybe Ahsoka, but mostly him and Anakin.
I think that's almost confirmed as well. I don't have the exact words on the interviews, but there's been clips from Ewan and Hayden Christensen saying that, it was great to see Anakin and Obi-Wan back together, hinting at that kind of stuff. So I think that will happen.
I'm hoping. The third one, which is a huge stretch, but I think it would be really cool, is that we get perspective of Vader. Like most of the time, like in the movies, like we get Vader in scenes, but we don't get it from his perspective.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
So I would like to see a scene with Vader. Maybe he's like thinking about Padme or something, or maybe he's thinking about when he feeling his rage and anger. Maybe he's thinking about his attack on the Jedi Temple, and we get to see a little bit more from that angle.
Yeah. No, 100%. 100%.
So those are the three things that would like make the whole series complete. But I won't be disappointed if I don't see some, because some of them can be a stretch. But
yeah. No. Okay. The Vader perspective stuff. I think that's true. A lot of when you watch a movie, if a movie really tanks, a lot of it is because like the characters weren't thought out and developed, right? So that's very true. I mean, if we go into a deep character dive into Vader as well, that'd be interesting. That'd be very interesting.
Because we get it in the comics, which I actually like a lot. But I mean, that's just something you can do a little bit more in the comics because there's a little bit more illustrative and a little bit more content that you can really develop that type of thing. It might be a little bit harder for a TV show, especially with someone as iconic as Vader, without
Yeah.
diminishing his I want to say like his terror, just his persona.
Well, yeah. You got to be careful because sometimes more screen time and stuff can diminish a character. We've seen it happen many times. But we've also seen it elevate.
But not with Maul, surprisingly.
Oh, and also, as much as people, some people dislike the prequels. A lot of people, by the way, in my generation, we've grown up. So there's been this huge wave of positivity. But I think everybody can agree that Obi-Wan was elevated from the prequels, and same with Palpatine.
Yeah.
Palpatine and Obi-Wan were both elevated. Sometimes, if you do it correctly, if you do more screen time for a character, you can elevate them.
True, and Clone Wars helped with that as well for me.
With Anakin and like some other characters.
Yeah.
Yep.
Especially Jar Jar.
I don't think I've talked to you about this yet, but this one episode of Clone Wars, bro, it had me hyped. I showed Bridger and my brother, and I was just going crazy. It was the Mandalorian arc in season 2 of Clone Wars.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And one of the villains, he has Obi-Wan and Satine backed into a corner. He's like, I'm gonna press this button and blow up the whole ship if anybody tries something.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, all right, but you guys can stop me, but who's really gonna be a cold-blooded killer? And then he gets stabbed right through the back, through the chest, and you hear the Vader music start, and it's Anakin. I'm like, oh man, perfect characterization of Anakin. Perfectly.
Oh,
done.
yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. And Obi-Wan's like, Anakin. And he's like, what? He's going to blow the ship.
Yeah. He's always been a cold-blooded killer, even in Attack of the Clones. When
Well,
he kills all...
really... Okay, well, yeah, Attack of the Clones definitely, but in this instance, I wouldn't really call it a cold-blooded killer.
In which one?
The scene that you just mentioned with Clone Wars.
Okay.
I think it was more like a heroic thing.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair because he was going to kill everybody if he didn't kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Attack of the Clones, definitely, yeah.
Oh my gosh. There. Oh, it kills the women, the children, the men, everybody. Wipes them all
Just
out.
a little psychotic.
A little psychotic. I'll give
just
you that.
A little bit. Just a little bit.
But Vader's psychotic. He's I was gonna say something. Hey, actually, pause. We don't have to cut this out. But I actually want to bring this up about the parallels that George and stuff made between the Empire and World War II, the Nazis and the Jews, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, that's a huge focus on it. They even use that in the sequel trilogy with the First Order.
Oh my god!
You see that a lot with Hux.
And the voiceover in the Kenobi trailer, they say specifically this: the Jedi can't be helped. The Jedi code is like an itch; they must all be eliminated. Like that's straight up like Nazi Jew type stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah. I mean, a lot of the stuff that we see in films is usually directly related to like real life history and wars.
And specifically Star Wars, right? Star Wars is heavily inspired on a lot of history.
Their compassion is an illness or something like that. I forget the direct quote, but the
Yeah.
whole narration I thought was great. The Grand Inquisitor, even though it's not Jason Isaacs, the delivery on those lines were pretty solid. So yeah, so overall, I'm super excited for Kenobi.
Yes,
a lot of cool stuff, a lot of cool scenes.
I have just one more comment, and this doesn't ruin the show or anything, but I would have liked to see a little more gray in Obi-Wan's hair and beard.
Okay.
This is supposed to be 9 years before Alec Guinness from A New Hope, and that guy's completely gray. But Bridger said, maybe the twin sons gray you faster, right?
Could do.
Maybe it wears out your hair and stuff, and then
the
also
gravity, the stress.
Yeah, no, the stress, the hard conditions you're living in, and everything. But still, this is halfway between Revenge of the Sith and New Hope. I would like to see a little more gray.
True.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Okay. I was just gonna say, and we've kind of already touched on this a little bit, but this is just the actor just aging beautifully. But in 9 years, Owen that we see in the trailer is supposed to be grumpy old Owen in A New Hope. Get off my lawn. Get out of here, old Ben. Don't mess with Luke kind of thing. And it's like, that's crazy. That's crazy.
I think it's because of this. I'm pretty sure what happens in the event of the show is what's going to push in there.
No, yeah, but I'm also just saying the look of him.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Like he looks about 70 or 60. I will say 60 or 70 maybe in A New Hope, and he still looks like he's like 30. Man, he has aged so well. The actor.
It's insane. It's
Yeah.
insane, man.
So I think maybe they should have done a little more makeup work, the dye with the hair and stuff for Owen and Obi-Wan. Make them both look a little bit older, right? But that's
I mean, they have to have some kind of appeal to draw people in now, the non-fans. So I mean,
right.
they gotta have that Hollywood look.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And then my other concern with the show is I'm very curious of, we know Vader and Obi-Wan are gonna fight.
Mhm.
How is Obi-Wan gonna escape?
Hmm.
Why is Vader not gonna chase him until the very end? So does Vader just like destroy him, and just leave him for dead, kind of like how Obi-Wan left him for dead on Mustafar, or does Obi-Wan fake his death again? And Vader's like, okay, all right, whatever, walks away.
I don't know. Maybe he has some allies. I'm not rooting out the possibility of more Jedis in this show.
Okay.
Maybe we see Cal Kestis. I would love to see Cal Kestis. I would hope he dies. By the way, if Cal Kestis shows up in Kenobi, he should die. Because I'm not a big fan of all these Jedi Inquisitors being around during the original trilogy. I think they should all die some years before. Besides, obviously, the Jedi we see in the original trilogy. Right.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of them leave the Order and leave the Code, so that's kind of their explanation why they never got involved with the rebellion and all that.
Mhm.
But I totally agree on that. Like,
Yeah.
But I don't think they want to put Cal Kestis in it because he's gonna have his trilogy, and if you see him in Kenobi, then you're like, okay, yeah, we know he lives past the trilogy, and then he dies here.
But that's okay. That's okay. I mean, he's not part of the original trilogy. I think it'd be, for me anyway, it'd be fine to see him die. We know his story ends 10 years after.
Fair enough. I mean, we did get the originals before the prequels, so we kind of knew all that. So
And another thing is, Kenobi shouldn't really be dueling the Inquisitors. He should be way overpowered, way more powerful than the Inquisitors, right?
which I think he is, because when you see in Rebels, Ahsoka had no problem against the Inquisitors.
Yeah, so Kenobi should have no problem, right?
Yeah, and maybe it is the thing where there are other Jedi, and they're the ones that deal with the Inquisitors, and they have to send Vader in to deal with them.
Or maybe if it's 2 or 3 Inquisitors ganging up on Kenobi, that could work. But one on
Which I
one,
think there are.
yeah, that's fine. But one on one, that doesn't work for me.
We know 2 of them survive out of the 3 that are shown.
Okay.
The Grand Inquisitor gets killed by Kanan in Rebels. Spoiler alert, sorry.
Oh, spoilers. Cool. I've never seen Rebels, but awesome. Cool.
And same with the 5th brother.
All right. Okay.
I think Vader kills him in the comic, or I don't remember if he dies in Rebels. He is in Rebels, but I don't know if he dies there.
Okay. But yeah, I mean that's those are the only things I have to say about Kenobi.
Yeah, same. So guys, that's gonna wrap it up for us. So guys, please be sure to like and comment. It helps people find us better when there's more activity, and please share with your friends. That also helps us. Be sure to check out the links in the description where you can find our Discord, where you can chat with other fans like yourselves and discuss the mysteries of the Star Wars universe. Also, be sure to follow us on Instagram, where we continue to post updates and news. Also, if you guys are looking for some cool new shirts to show your love of Star Wars, check in our link below. We have a bunch of merch coming out, or already out, that you guys will like. So, Echo 2 out.
Yep. Echo 3 out.
May the Force
be with you.
always.